It's about to go down.
Are you motherfuckers ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? We're just blowing up that spot.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is that time of the week. It is that time of the month where we come to you with a jam-packed churritos. It has been a while, folks, but it is Friday, the 6th of June, and we got a ton in store. So, without any further ado, let's get busy. Shall we? We got a ton to unpack today in for the show. So, you know who's back? Guess who is back? That DSpot in the house. It's that musical time of the week where we're gonna break down the Churros y Tácticas for all you Patreons out there. It is, as you heard at the beginning of the show, a DSpot special. It will be just me today on the mic behind the ones and the tons of the microphone. Not the ones and twos, but fear not. I'm feeling good, y'all. So, you're in store for a hell of a fun in today's podcast. In today's episode, we will be talking about, of course, Spain in the Nations League edging out France in a 5-4 thriller in the end. It didn't have to be that way. It really didn't. But it was a 5-4 thriller in the end. While Lamine Yamal and Pedri steal the show, capture the headlines, at least some of them. We're going to be checking around Twitter, the place formerly known as X, to see what the fuss and what the buzz is all about. Because, of course, inevitably, in the absence of big news, there's a lot of talk about the Ballon d'Oro and the chances of a Lamine Yamal winning it. What's the surprise, folks? What's the surprise? Of course, we're going to unpack all of the goodies on that one as Lamine Yamal stole the show, beating Mbappe and Dembele, some of the names in this discussion around the Ballon d'Oro. Interestingly enough, Pedri, though, despite his beautiful performance and fantastic stellar season, not in talks. We want to talk about a little bit about that and why some of the Madridistas just can't handle it. They just can't handle the brilliance of the 17-year-old superstar. And I want to, of course, talk about the Barça transfer window. Things are moving up. Things are looking good, heating up as well. As, Joan García has all but signed the documents, dotted the I's, crossed the T's. Did I get that order right? You know what I'm talking about. And now, of course, the talk is about the left winger position. So we want to get into the nitty-gritty on that. Grab your churros. This is the spot for the goodness, for the juicy, tasty, sweet goodness of the churros for today. Let's get started, shall we? While the tunes play in the background, I'm gonna have fun with this one. So let's do it. Let's do it.
And let's get into it.
Yeah, good indeed. Y'all know what is looking at me. Say 1, 2, 3 to the floor. I hope this is going with flawless. This coming with the business is kiss. Coming with the business, yes.
Yeah, love it. I absolutely love it, folks. So, without any further ado, may I have your attention, please? Things are about to go down. I'm gonna have all this too. I'm gonna have all this fun. A little bit lost. Oh, I didn't say so. And now let me wet my lips and clear my throat. Now, enough with the partying. It is Friday after all. You'll have to excuse me. I am back from travels, folks. A shout out to Lake Minnetonka. A shout out to my familia, La Familia, mi familia, over in Minneapolis. My nephew, Salute. He has just graduated from Edina High School. Yes, indeed, another Loranche / San Nevadas has made it to the higher levels of learning. He will be going off to college in the Wisconsins. I have a family living in the great state of Minnesota. Salute! And I was there to witness the milestone for my nephew. Very happy to have done so. It did mean that I had to take a little break from recordings, but we're back. I came back yesterday. I'm feeling good. No jet lag actually for the moment, so I'm happy about that. Let's see how long I could keep this up, huh? A little shout out to the friend of the show, Daniel Smith, aka Emoji Mantis, I should say, emoji-mates.com, for giving me this beautiful signed Cubarsi Barça shirt. Look at this. Look at it. You don't think it's signed? You don't believe me? You don't believe me. I'll show you. Right there. Right there. Wrong side. Right there. Right there. Right there. There. There it is. You see that? Do you see that? Right on top of the love handle on the left side, the love handle area is Pau Cubarsi's signature. This, dear patrons, is how you should treat us content creators, okay? With gifts, presents, and support for independent content creators. No, and all jokes aside, though, this was a generous, beautiful Christmas present from Daniel Smith. Like I said, the founder creator of moji-mates.com. Go and check it out. You know the t-shirts. You guys see it basically on a episode basis, every episode basis. Either the Kiyan Sobhani is rocking the Moji Mates or myself rocking the Moji Mates with all of your favorite characters and sporting idols. He stretches from the footballs to the basketball sphere. Basketballs now also Luka Doncic. He is, of course, a Madridista. So it is quite heavily slanted towards the Blancos. But he's taking orders as well, like requests. And he's got a bunch more in store. I told him to do Stoichkov. I told him to do OG peak thin Ronaldo at Barça, maybe do Ronaldo at Barça, Inter, and then his fattest version. So kind of going from slim peak to a little bit fatter, knees a little broken, to then his obese version for the Real Madrid. That would be fun. That's a good one. Daniel, note it down. Write it down. Little idea, just like that. But go check it out. You can use the promo code DSpot and get it 20% off. Moji-mates.com. Use the promo code DSpot. Wait, I got to do a little voice for this one, no? Go to Moji-mates.com. Use the promo code DSpot for 20% off. Do it now. Don't miss out. This is messaging from Oh, God. Is it the jet lag, or is it just my excitement to be back in front of the cameras and record and talk Fujibo? Fujibo. I am very, very excited for Sunday's final. It is going to be the big, great showdown. It is going to be mi querida España against Portugal. Portugal, who has found once again the idol that is Cristiano, Mr. Tapping and Offside, Ronaldo's, that put them past Deutschland in for a chance with breaking the streak of La Roja. Are we still calling it Ya no se llama La Roja. Ahora ya no se llama así. Ahora cómo se llama? Tiki-taka? No, tampoco. Bueno, we need to think of a nickname for this Spain side. What if we call it... I can't think of anything good right now. I don't know. Like a Lamine Pedri Spain. Pedri team Spain. Lamine Yamal Spain team Pedri plus Pedri. My goodness. Listen, last night Spain delivered an absolute footballing spectacle, defeating Le Bleu on 5-4 at the Stuttgart Arena. However, in the Nations League semifinal. However, Spain was of course leading by 5-2. Was it 5-1, 4-1, and then a 5 what 4-2, 5-2? I don't remember exactly. No, it was 5-1 then 5-2. Anyway, France fought back thanks to was it a penalty for Mbappe? Look, not today. Taps, this one's for you. I won't get into it, but I did think Mbappe made a little bit of a meal of that one. Won the France a penalty in what was it, the hour mark, more or less. Lamine Yamal then scored his brace after that before late strikes from Cherki and Dani Vivian and Kolo Muani eventually made it 5-4. Bit of a match, but Luis de la Fuente's Spain held on to pick up the win. You had those, as I said, brace, 2 goals from Lamine Yamal, also from the penalties, and that Pedri midfield master piece of a goal. I mean, who didn't say, can I show it? Can I try to show it? Or am I going to get shadow banged? Am I going to get shadow banged? Because I'll be honest, man. I actually missed that flick. I missed that flick, that little self auto passing in the setup for Pedri's goal, which was just an absolute. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I can hear ear. Oh, is he gonna? He's not showing it though. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. I do plan to download the audio because that is what we as promise for our loyalists, the loyal y'alls, the Churros Patreons. I am going to put this one out on the DSpot channel tomorrow and lead up and build up of the final. But for now, those of you that are listening to the audio will not be able to enjoy the visuals here, as Pedri, like I said, had a beautiful little back heel flick, auto passing, and that just, okay, here it is. Oh my goodness. Oh! So that's just a picture. Oh! That's nasty. So nasty. Light it up when the spirit straight past me. Woo! But look, the video's even better. I don't know if you guys got to see. Let me see if I can pull up the video. You see all the vids that I prepare for this program. Come on, give it to me now. See all of the likes here. Oh, god damn it. Has it been disabled? I think it has been. Here's the Stuttgart Arena. Mind you, I had German friend in attendance, and he was saying that it was a masterclass by Pedri. They were just in awe of the great midfielder, and gave him the standing ovation that he deserved. So here's the substitution, the moment where Dani Olmo came on for him. A little bit here, see, they're leading 4-1, excuse me. A little premature substitution for Luis de la Fuente. Take a listen. A beautiful moment dedicated to a beautiful player. Here is the look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? I mean, seriously. He gets the return, flicks it with his right foot over to his left shoulder. I mean, it was just stunning, man. Stunning. Juan Carlos Rivero here. I have to show you this. I mean, he's a renowned. So imagine this is the equivalent of BBC, right? Televisión Española. I'm about to show you a clip. I'm excited. I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm just too pumped to be back on Churros on the DSpots, and that's just how it's gonna go. Okay, I know that I'm a little scattered, flustered, if you will, but I'm excited to be back behind this mic and talk some football. You know, and to you guys, to you alls that I appreciate so much. So, in this excitement, I want to now show you a clip of Televisión Española, again, the equivalent of the BBC, where Juan Carlos Rivero, a commentator that is, I think he got his break like in I want to say late 80s. He was definitely around in the 90s and all throughout. So he's been commentating. He's been the go-to commentator for Televisión Española, for La Roja and everything that they have the right to broadcast since good 3 decades. And he's a renowned Madridista. Now, don't worry, it's a little mistake, but he just confused with Spain with Real Madrid. And when Nico Williams scored that fantastic first goal, this is what he says. You heard it? If you don't listen carefully, you miss that. Play it one more time. He goes con un remate a puerta. So un remate a puerta. He shoots a goal. El Real Madrid stops himself. La selección española le va gol de nil. Hilarious stuff. So here it is. This is the clip, the right clip I wanted to show you. I mean, just look at that. One more time. I mean, you miss it because it's so quick. And I forget, I can't really see. I think it's Merino who gives him the auto passe. But there he is right there. Sees the ball over, he's looking over his right shoulder, flicks it with his right boot over his left shoulder and goes and does this. Check this out. This is in lead up, mind you, of his goal, the 2-0. Gets it back. Chips it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am very sorry. I am very sorry for all of you salty ass Madridistas that cannot appreciate this brilliance. For all you salty ass Madridistas that would rather support France, Portugal, Germany, any team that faces Spain. You are a disgrace and so small. So small. It is just beyond me that you cannot put aside your colors, your jersey, your pride, your egos, your jealousy and saltiness to strip somebody away from this kind of genius. I mean, and to just not recognize brilliance when it gets slapped across your face with a big fat dick. I mean, that's just what it is. It's unbelievable. And that's really what has set me off on a bit of a hello? Hey, I'm still recording. So family's home. I didn't realize that Maria family would be home now, but it is what it is. No biggie. We just continues. But yeah, that is really one of the big issues that I had in the let's say post-match reactions, is still seeing the level of animosity, or it's just jealousy, it's just saltiness, and it's pettiness when it comes to so many Madridistas a la hora de reconocer, just also, and that's what leads me to this whole Lamine Yamal talk, right? I mean, that's something that now, of course, as I said, the introduction is it's on so many people's minds. It's on so many headlines now, talk shows, radio shows are all talking about the Balón de Oro, and well, give me 1 second here. Uh, all right. Excuse me for that. Well, I can edit it out, I guess. So, not to take away anything from the other players, of course. Oyarzabal had a fantastic game. Merino, of course, again doing justice or paying tribute rather to his father that he scored when he scored that goal, doing that little run around the corner flag. But Oyarzabal had a fantastic game. Nico Williams. Zubimendi was definitely decent. I think well, and of course the goalkeeper Unai Simon. What do we have to say about him? He's one of the reasons clearly that Spain is in the final on Sunday, as he managed to stop several goal scoring chances, in particular from Dembele and Kiyan as well. But yeah, all around, I just find it funny and hugely just sad, really, that we have come to a point where because you are, and I can't even like say supporting a team. No, it's Madridistas that are so petty and small and salty about this thing, this topic, that they cannot and will not recognize neither the brilliance of a Lamine Yamal and a Pedri, who clearly are the leaders of this team, despite the great other players that I mentioned, the Oyarzabals, the Zubimendis, and Nico Williams, and Unai Simons, etc. Everyone, Cucurella, I mean, they all play a part, of course. Pedro Porro was fun to see him in this Spain side as well. Mind you, with Pedro Porro, who gets laughed off and talked about, still scolded in a kind of way by Madridistas, that you're just like, dude, what's your deal? They talk about France being this starstruck side and will not and cannot recognize how well this Spain side has been playing, is playing, and hopefully, knock on wood, will continue to play, as they are clear contenders for the 2026 World Cup. And of course, to also three-peat, I should say, in the Nations League final on Sunday. They have been the finalists for the last 3 years. They are finalists again. Can they three-peat? I think they can, as they will face a Portugal side that is inferior in terms of all around, everywhere. I'm sorry, Spain should most definitely be feeling themselves and be considered favorites ahead of this final, despite the fact that still people will, laugh at names like Pedro Porro and company, Cucurellas, etc., when they talk about this Spain side being, less talented. There's a point in time where you have to just put all that aside and just recognize the continued talents that this country can, produces on a generational basis, as we continue to dominate national football as well. I look over at South America, and with all respects to an Argentina, Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti is going to have a tough time, boy. Woof. He's going to have a tough time. And so will, the other countries. Imagine an Argentina-Spain final in the 26 World Cup. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. And of course, other nations will continue to produce great talents. Not saying that England, France, Germany don't have talented squads or hold on, and but they're just not neither. They don't know how to play an attractive, offensive, proactive style of football. They don't. They prefer the Madrid style, conservative, reactive, and that for now is the case. So I don't care how you want to look at it, how you want to spin it. Y'all are being petty, you know, to a point where I'm like, what is the point? Why is it then that we talk about a Mbappe that is in the running for Ballon d'Oro if he wins this Club World Cup? How can that be? Before it was if he wins the league, then it was if he wins the Nation League. It's just we're like pushing. What is the saying? Pushing the bar up? No, not pushing the bar. We're changing, or it's like changing the criteria, the for this Ballon d'Oro, and just trying to shoehorn in the most forced and embarrassing way a great player like Mbappe, but that this year should definitely not be in the running, despite the fact that he has been the Pichichi in La Liga. You look at the amount of penalties that he has had. That's the only reason that he has won that award. With all respects, it is, just true. You look at how many, compare his goal scoring ratio or his goals in play, in action, to Lewandowski, and it's not even a contest. And now it's also obviously Ousmane Dembele. So many Twitter handlers out there, and journalists as well, of course, parading now for an Mbappe, or excuse me, a Dembele who has won the treble with PSG, winning Ligue 1, winning the cup there, and winning the Champions League. I'm not saying obviously he didn't have a great season, but even obviously it is a contest, right? Obviously it is between Ousmane Dembele for having a fantastic season and Lamine Yamal and company. And by company I mean Rafinha and Pedri. I think Rafinha is getting grossly overlooked at this stage, as is Pedri, even though some of the Barça accounts are obviously putting his name back on the map and following this fantastic performance, saying, hey, don't forget about this guy who's had a brilliant season, won so many MVPs throughout the regular season, both in the Champions League and in La Liga as well. Player of the match, I mean. So, they should be in this discussion as well, but it's for so many, far too many. It's Dembele, Mbappe, and then Lamine Yamal sort of as an afterthought, if you will. I'm happy to see that many aren't, though. You had Schweinsteiger talking about Lamine Yamal should rank higher than Dembele. You had Loris, the French journalist from ESPN, I think, claiming that Cherki outshone Lamine Yamal and his goals were savable, kind of in this very condescending or dissenting tone of voice, talking about Lamine Yamal. These kind of things just blow my mind away. Now, I get that he's rooting for the home side. We're talking about a French journalist, but ¿cómo se llama? Arbeloa, right? Not Arbeloa. Shit. The ex-Madrid player. Balboa, Javier Balboa, did justice where it was due. And he said that, Lamine Yamal deserves the Ballon d'Oro. But many don't, and far too many don't. I would like to know kind of where you guys stand on this. So drop your comments, certainly in the comment section. I, for the life of me, am having a tough time of wrapping my head around still seeing paisans, fellow countrymen, fellow Spaniards. And by that, I mean not just on Twitter, which is sort of the space where you expect it, if you will, but so many journalists, Madrid-based journalists, your Pedros, that whole Chiringuito circus, crying, literally crying for the Lamine Yamal show to stop, and for this whole they'll they talk. I love how they just dismiss it and blame it all, or label it all just marketing, Barça marketing, when the evidence speaks for itself, right? I mean, if you have a kid that's 17 years old, okay, fine, almost 18 next month, that the night before the match posts something on his Instagram, that something being the goal that he scored against France in the Euros in the semifinal to put Spain through to the final. Then before that match, so that was the night before. Then in the build-up of the match, in the press conference, gets asked about the Ballon d'Oro talk, and doesn't shy away from the topic. Is very respectful, mind you, but says nothing controversial. And the media, the headlines of the Madrid-based media, spin that into him coming across as arrogant. They don't realize that all of that is just fuel for him, right? And like I said, for him to post a picture like that and then still come out, score a brace, and lead Spain, because he did at this point in time, it's undeniable that he is an absolute leader of this team as well. Is able to walk and then also talk the talk while he leads Spain to victory, an emphatic one at that. For all of them to blame the France, the French defense, and Didier Deschamps for his late substitutions, and I don't know, man. It's a crazy time that we live in, and I'm. It's amusing, but it also is concerning, if you want to put it that way. Kind of concerning to see so many take the ostrich approach and just stick their head into the sand and be blind to the reality, man. And that is that this guy's an absolute generational talent that we have never seen in our lifetime. Call it fanaticism, but the Madridistas that don't want to admit to that, I've never seen that before, man. This is something that is new to me, and I'm having a tough time with it. All right, man. So at this point in time, I think it's a good time as well to talk a little bit about, leave the pettiness aside, talk a little bit about the transfer window, because yes, indeed, things have, of course, been heating up as Rafinha's been named the best player of La Liga. This has just come out 2 hours ago. A little bit of breaking news here, and much welcome news for that matter as well. Yeah, we haven't spoken since the Champions League final. Hey, that was a doozy, that one. 18 goals, 11 assists. Rafinha on point, right on cue, has been named the best player of the season after Hansi Flick has won the coach of the season. Lamine Yamal, the best player under 23. I saw something somewhere that, for the 2030 World Cup, does that math work out? I mean, he's 17 now. So that's another 6. Does that work out? The 2030 Cup, Lamine Yamal could still be playing for the under 23s. He's going to be 18 this summer, so that's another 5 years. Yeah, that does work out. Oh, my God. That is crazy. Lamine Yamal could be playing still for the under 23s in the 2030 World Cup. What a season Rafinha's had, of course. My goodness. 18 goals in the 36 games, 0.5 per game. And that's just the ones he scored. You add to that the 11 assists as well. He's been an absolute leader. He's been a champion and clutch in so many moments as well. He's well-deserved of this title, as he would be for the Ballon d'Oro, in my humble opinion. But, of course, with the summer games still happening, meaning whatever takes place on Sunday for the Nations League final. And I guess for Madridistas, what will happen in the Club World Cup? This debate will continue for a little bit longer. But my goodness, Rafinha, oh Capitão, I love you so much. My wife's favorite player. He has become my wife's favorite player. So yeah, I just wanted to check because the going back to the transfer window, there is no here I had to give a shout out to Balboa. I want to say Bilbao to Javier Balboa for the shout out to Lamine Yamal, man. I'm like, Madridistas not scared to recognize the truth and advocating for justice. Rare moment, but I'll take it. Absolutely. Wow. Got a whole 2 likes for that one. Let's see the comment here. Must be a Madridista. Unfortunately, and it is a Madridista. Unfortunately, too many Madridistas are following me and giving me grief when the rare times I post. I think Messi. I think Messi should win the Ballon d'Or again. Since it's a popularity contest, just give it to him again. All right, you salty los doyers. Actually, hold on a second. I got a note. I got an audio note. Kiyan wasn't able to record at the same time as myself, so let me pull up Kiyan's note because I asked him just to give me his impressions of the game. So here's a quick note, an audio note from the man himself, Kiyan Sobhani, on last night's action. Let's have a listen.
I hope the audio is
Oh, it's okay.
It was okay. I'm at the gym. There's a lot of background noise, but I wanted to give my 2 cents. And if the audio is okay for the podcast, just play it. If not, just rephrase it, I guess. 30 seconds on Spain versus France. I think France are way too talented to be coached by a terrorist. Bring in Zinedine Zidane. That team is loaded with talent and is deep. And
His first takeaway: Madrid or France is coached by a terrorist. That's the first takeaway from a guy that used to call Spain we. Whenever he would refer to Spain, we play this, we play that. Kiyan, man. Don't go this low. Don't stoop to this level of your fellow Madridistas, and don't shy away from greatness. My God.
is like a third team in Canada. Arguably 2 of the 3, just they have 2 of the best in the world, in Dembele and Mbappe up there, plus
Yeah.
Doué, who was incredible at PSG all season, and so much more. Rabiot is a waste of space. He can't defend. He's terrible on the ball. At least he was yesterday. And on the other hand, Spain are the best team in the world, bar maybe Argentina. I think Spain and Argentina are probably the 2 best and 2 most well-dressed.
The well dressed, well coached. Okay, sure. Luis de la Fuente deserves his praise, but interesting that the first thing he says about Spain, I'm surprised it's not Dean Hauser almost goal. I mean, how far away can you get from just giving some praise to the obvious players here? Oh my God. It's worse than I thought, actually, this was going to be. ¿Dónde estás?
Coach teams in the world right now when it comes to national teams. And I think just Spain are just amazing. I mean, obviously headlined by Lamine Yamal. Every time he gets the ball, it's electric. You can feel the anticipation in the stadium. It's rare to see someone have that kind of, for lack of a better word, as the kids say, aura. He's really impressive. But the whole roster looks good. Everyone from Nico to Pedri, Mikel Merino, the way he plays.
Wow. Okay. All right. I got to give it to, he started, ha ido de menos a más. He went from bad to good. He started low. He put the bar low. And now he's okay. Thank you, Kiyan. Thank you for not being that disappointing.
Oyarzabal hold the play was awesome. You know, looks great. I'm really excited for him at Real Madrid. So good on the ball, so composed, some good challenges as well. That part where France had a flurry of chances in the second half, and obviously 5-4 is a crazy scoreline. I think it's worth remembering. I think that's actually an important point that shouldn't be glossed over because people will say Spain dominated France. I think that's true for most of the case. If you look at the XG, it was basically dead even. And by the end of it, we saw that, hey, if France want to play football, they can give Spain all kinds of problems. And while Spain are the best team in the world right now, I think, in part it's because their opponents are coached terribly. And then all of a sudden, if they have runners in the box and playing fluid football and capitalizing on Spain's mistakes, because Spain made a lot of mistakes. Pedro Porro was one that France should have exploited more. They are also very vulnerable, Spain that is, and we saw so Ryan Cherokee off the bench really fun. Basically, shifted when the subs happened for both teams. Yeah, should be a good final. Excited to see how Diego will hate on Cristiano Ronaldo for no reason.
No reason.
Either way.
All right, that's it. He left me with a. He can't wait to see me hate on Cristiano for no reason. If there's one hater for no reason, it is Kiyan Sobhani and on Messi. Trust me, I have the evidence on my Instagram's DMs. The guy bombards me with endless amount of Cristiano Messi comparisons, clinging on to the hope, to the thought, to the belief, trying to convince himself, mind you, that Messi isn't the undisputed GOAT when the vast majority, thank God in that perspective, obviously has crowned that little genius as the greatest of all time. But holding on to any bit of spam that he can find on the social medias to send it my way, hoping that I don't know what he hopes that I'm gonna all of a sudden be brainwashed and blinded by what the truth and reality actually is, and that is that Messi is, of course, the goal. I mean, Cristiano doesn't even crack, really the top three discussion, but that is maybe a discussion for another day. I want to continue with a bit of the transfer talk because I need to circle back. I digressed just a wee bit. Circled back to the Spain-France game to hear from our boy Kiyan, who, by the way, we will be back recording on Monday together for Churros, so tune into that. But while the news is not yet official for Joan García, it has been pretty much unanimously reported in the papers, both local ones here in Catalonia, as is the national press, and international for that matter. But I don't know if they're just trying to follow what the rest of the news outlets are saying, that Joan García will be joining Football Club Barcelona. Now, I spoke about the impact and the ramifications of Joan García joining Barça. They talked about I don't know if you've missed that. They mentioned that Barça had offered a loan possibility to Valencia concretely for Joan García, while they will stay with Ter Stegen and Szczesny as a backup. It looks like Szczesny has and will accept the contract extension for another year, so he will not go back into retirement. That means that Barça have Iñaki Peña, Szczesny, and Ter Stegen, while adding Joan García, who, of course, will be expecting to start to be a starter. I talked about the scenario of perhaps Ter Stegen being the La Liga goalkeeper, Joan García Champions League, and Szczesny the Copa goalkeeper. I can't see that happening. I said that because that was something that was reported as well. I can't see Ter Stegen being happy with that neither. So I'm curious to see, once the news becomes official, how they are going to solve this quote-unquote problem. Because, like I said, I don't think that Marc-Andre ter Stegen sees himself as a backup keeper or a keeper that will be happy to share the minutes with his fellow goalkeeper companions, teammates. How are they going to do it? Is there going to be a case where ter Stegen will pack his bags? It might not be the worst thing neither. He's been at the club now, I think, for a decade, maybe 11 years. I don't exactly remember when he came, but has been, of course, here for a while. There's concerns about his health, about his consistency or lack thereof. Szczesny, do you think Marc-Andre ter Stegen would accept being a B option, an option B? I say that because it hasn't been confirmed yet that Szczesny will stay, and I'm kind of looking at it in a way like, do Barca have to give Szczesny? Is it out of loyalty here? Is it out of appreciation for having come in under dramatic circumstances to substitute Marc-Andre ter Stegen while he had a severe knee injury that kept him out for the vast majority of the season? You don't have to. We paid him for his services. Thank you for your services. Go and enjoy retirement, my friend, and enjoy watching Barca for another season, this one from your comfortable couch in the south of Spain. I think that is fair. I don't think we owe him necessarily another contract, Also somebody that says, well, I'm going to leave it up in the hands of my missus to decide whether I should stay or go. It's like, dude, either you're mentally ready to go through this again for another season and continue or, repeat success and even build upon what we did this year. That's intense. And quite frankly, Szczesny, for all of the praise that he's been getting for good reason, he's also been a bit of a liability at times and hasn't always been there in important phases. Example, Inter scored 7 on us, So is that strictly his fault? No, but he did let in a fair amount of goals. I think that has to be said. It's fair to be said. Also against Real Madrid in games, in crucial games. So Joan García, I can't say too much about him because I don't follow Espanol like that on a weekly basis. Certainly, what I've seen and what I see on highlights, what I've seen in person on in the games that we've faced him, and what I read about him, it's a very exciting signing and one we had to do. His clause was only 25 million, while other keepers are going for the 50, even 80 million mark to the Premier League. This was a great signing for us, a business opportunity, but also a sporting one, and one that we really have to nurture. We have a chance here. He's only 24 years old to have the fantastic starting goalkeeper who will most certainly become Spain's next starting goalkeeper. He wasn't called up on this occasion. We saved 5 million, by the way, because of it. Otherwise, it would have been 30. But he hasn't made his Spain debut yet. There's Unai Simon, another very competent goalkeepers for the Spanish national side. But undoubtedly, he will become Spain's goalkeeper sooner rather than later. I would imagine for the 26 World Cup already. We're talking about Joan García in goal. And, we need to treat this one, I think, with the respect for the others, but also the intelligence, let's say, to give him his consistency, make sure that he adapts to the new team, because it's not going to be easy. Anybody from Espanyol that will sign for Barça, it's for them, it's like going from Barça to Real Madrid or vice versa. Kind of like Courtois going to Real Madrid, if you will. I think that is, although he went to Chelsea, didn't he, in between? But it's very similar. So with that being said, the transfer window is well and truly open. Barca's summer transfer window is off to a good start, I would say, with the signing of Joan García. And now the focus shifts to the left wing position, where three big names are in the mix. There are more, of course, being rumored and talked about. But there's three standouts, and after his goal in the Nations League semifinal, he certainly highlighted his pace and what I think he scored. I'm going to see I'm talking about Nico Williams, 8 goals, 11 assists in the league, but the talks with Barça are stalled. That is what those in the know are reporting. Last summer's failed signing for the 58 million move suggests that Barça maybe have moved on. Arsenal, Liverpool are in the mix now as well. Bayern Munich are reportedly trying to sign Nico Williams. Also, it's a matter of what does he want to do? What do his agents which team do his agents prioritize? Can they come back to the table and kind of take a more humble position now talking to Barça? Because the offer was there. It could have been signed. It could have been a move that could have been done. But once the talks slowed down, and there was, of course, that lingering issue of him being able to start playing in La Liga and being registered straight away or not, something that Dani Olmo didn't make a big stink about, and therefore the focus quickly shifted on going all in for Dani Olmo. But that seems to have dented really any sort of hope and the possibility of there being talks between the two camps, the Williams and the Barça camp. And that's why a lot of the talks now is about Luis Díaz, right? The Liverpool winger expressed sort of his interest during a press conference ahead of Colombia's match. Liverpool have rejected the approach. They have insisted that he's not for sale. His price tag seems to be around the 85 million mark, and that is just a price tag that is beyond Barça's finances that continue to be challenging for now. It seems that we're not yet at the 1-to-1 rule. So Luis Díaz, although the Colombian winger, I think would be, or seems to be at the top of the wish list of a Hansi Flick. I don't see that happening, obviously, for the 80 million mark, for the 80 million figure that Liverpool are asking. So then we're talking about a Marcus Rashford. He was on loan at Aston Villa. He's hugely keen for a Barca move. Obviously, he doesn't want to go back to United, but his salary there and United's preferences as well to make it a permanent deal seems to be complicating things. He is willing, it's reported that he's willing to drop his wages to force a move. He's willing to come on loan as well. All those things make it a little bit more feasible and possible. Again, if I have to believe those that are better versed in the Marcus Rashford sphere, I think it would be a good signing. More modest, yes, but also I think that is a better fit and would be received better, and particularly by Rafinha. And these are things that I talked about in the last two podcasts before I took off for Minnesota. But Barca continue to have financial hurdles, so there's no deal that is imminent right now on the left wing. I guess the good thing is that opponents, right, the rivals, are sort of slow in progressing themselves as well. There's clearly, of course, the wait for the Club World Cup to kick off as well, see what happens there. Clubs trying to hold on to their players ahead of that tournament. Although, Liverpool are not in it, and neither are... is United in it? No, I don't think so, right? It's fucking United. That's how much I know about what is going down in the Club World Cup. Are they in it? A ver. United became the first British... No. No, they're not in the Club World Cup. Okay. Yeah, that would have surprised the fuck out of me. I mean, I don't know FIFA's qualification rules and criteria, but if Barca weren't able to crack that one, definitely United could not have been partaking in that. So here we go. Arsenal, Liverpool. I knew Liverpool wasn't. Obviously, all the champions of the big leagues are not. The for Serie A, for La Liga, and the Premier League. Arsenal also out of it. So you have Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United all not making the Club World Cup. The three biggest clubs of England. Man, and they want to say that this Club World Cup is worthy of 4 Champions League titles. It's ridiculous, man. The shit doesn't stop. The shit show doesn't stop. They say that it's us that do the marketing. Ay, 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 ay. Madridistas. Imagine a world without Madridistas. So that's it, y'all. That's it. We'll see. Let me see if there's any last minute news or names that maybe I haven't spoken about for that left winger position. Here, sport. Let me share my screens. So it'll be a little bit of sport talking about the pros and cons of the signing of Joan García. That could be pretty interesting. Let's see, Florentino doing what he does, splashing that cash, getting the recalificación again, getting a little bit of, they say the state-owned clubs make it difficult for clubs like Barça and Madrid to compete. It's really just Barça, because Real Madrid are doing just fine with the Spanish state continuing to help them out at any given moment. It's unreal. It's unreal. That's another topic for another day as well, but I won't get into it now. But it's unreal, man. It's absolutely unreal. Again, I'm referring to what I'm alluding to as the Spanish state repricing. Es una recalificación. No sé cómo se dice. Repricing of the land of the territory of the space owned by Real Madrid. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to get into this now. I don't want to get into this. Is this gonna happen? 46 mil. I read it was more like 60 mil, but for Mastanuono, the Argentinian Perla, I think 17 years old as well. They are trying to. They tried. It was like, we got another kid. We also got our kid now. They trying hard. They try so hard. Look, I don't know. I think those are the 3 big names. I think it will be a toss-up between these 3 wingers that I mentioned. Just trying to see if I can get some last. ¿Qué pasa con Alcaraz? A ver, little tennis news. Why not? Just quickly. Come on, make it snappy. Pues, ¿cuál es el bombazo? Es finalista. My God, I haven't been following this. I've been out of the loop, man. Alcaraz in the final. Oh, this will be a good one. Who's he facing? Alcaraz ya está a una victoria de conquistar su segundo Roland Garros. Who's he going to face? A ver. Y so he beat the Frenchman. ¿Lo dice o no lo dice? I don't know. Looks like he maybe the other semifinal hasn't taken place yet. Are they going to say it in marca? No lo dice. Bueno, no sé. Ya está. ¿Qué más da? Congrats to Alcaraz. But yeah, so I think it will be a toss-up between those 3. I imagine that from those 3, there will be the new reinforcement of the Barça left wing. And until then, folks, have a fantastic time. Have a good weekend. I'm definitely going to be streaming after Sunday's final. I'll be doing a stream after the match to break down the action between Portugal and España. Join me on that. Join me on DSpot. Go over to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/DSpot and hit us up so that you don't miss any of the goodness. I tried to see with my pal Sobhani if he could join me on that one, but he said he had already committed to to managing my G. So unfortunately, I'll be on my own on that one. But fear not, I will be there for you. Mayday, please pay attention. There will be a D-spot following the Spain versus Portugal match for the Nations League final on Sunday. Join us for the podcast. Sounds good, doesn't it? All right, y'all. I'm gonna play the outro. It was a beautiful time. It was a wonderful time. It was a memorable time. But now it is all.
That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed your stay. As we say, bye-bye. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. You know how it is. Me, you, and this. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for the post-match reactions for the Spain Portugal final. Again, that's on DSpot, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/.
DSpot.
And on Monday, we'll be back with the usual churros. No funny voices, no low voices.
Just your old churros. Peace out. Love you. Stay blessed. Bye.